Dear second year students, let's do some practical work. We have read the male and female reproductive system. Let's see the slides, the microscopic picture of these organs which we have studied. This is the testes. You can appreciate the tunica albuginea, and just beneath in the substance of the testes you can see these are actually the seminiferous tubules, and seminiferous tubules are lined by a stratified epithelium, that is stratified cuboidal, which is a modified epithelium, seminiferous epithelium. There are many layers of these cells starting from the basal lamina. There are spermatogonia, the primary spermatocytes and the secondary spermatocytes and the spermatids, and towards the lumen you can appreciate the presence of the sperms also. So you can see in this seminiferous tubule the basement membrane. Always the basement membrane has got the first layer, that is spermatogonia. These are roughly cuboidal cells. There are 4 to 5 layers of cells, so we call it a stratified cuboidal epithelium. Rather, it is the seminiferous epithelium, a very special kind of epithelium. In between these cells there are Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells are present in between these cells, which are the sustentacular cells and the supporting cells. They provide the nourishment to the developing cells. The developing spermatozoa, they are receiving their blood supply, the nutrition from the Sertoli cells. If we talk about the prostate gland, this is the prostate gland, and you can see in the prostate gland there are prostatic acini. It's the tubuloalveolar gland, and these are the prostatic acini, and inside these prostatic acini you will see the corpora amylacea. The lining of the prostatic acinus is simple columnar or simple cuboidal epithelium. This is the stroma, and the fibromuscular stroma is present. In the stroma you will find the collagen fibers and the elastic fibers and a few smooth muscles also, because this is a gland which has got the contractility. At the time of ejaculation, the prostate gland contracts to send its secretions into the semen. So this is the fibromuscular stroma. These are the prostatic acini. Again the prostatic acini. Can you see the corpora amylacea? In the center of these prostatic acini there are inspissated secretions, which then later on become calcified, especially in the old age. You will find the prostatic concretions. In the center of the acini there are small concretions, you can see very well. This is the slide which can indicate the presence of the corpora amylacea. These are the bodies which are present in the center of the prostatic acini. So this is the fibromuscular stroma. If we see the slide of the vas deferens, it also consists of 3 layers: the mucosa muscularis and adventitia. Its mucosa consists of the pseudostratified columnar ciliated epithelium, and there are folds. You can see a star-shaped lumen. Its lumen is very narrow and folded. And as regards the connective tissues, that is lamina propria, it consists of collagen and elastic fibers. And there are 3 layers of the muscularis externa. This is the inner longitudinal, the middle circular and outer longitudinal layer, and this is the adventitia. So from the lumen, if we go, we will find the mucosa, that is epithelium and the lamina propria. This is the inner longitudinal, middle circular and outer longitudinal muscle layer. These are the smooth muscles, and this is the adventitia. Another diagram you can see. This is the pseudostratified columnar ciliated epithelium. This is the lamina propria. This is the muscular layer. There is no submucosa. In the female reproductive system, the most important structure is that of ovary. This is the slide of the ovary. You can see the capsule of the ovary, which is Tunica albuginea, and just beneath the capsule are lying many primordial follicles, which are the oogonia. And then at the time of puberty, you will see that these primary oogonia starts producing the different stages of follicular growth. You will see the follicles in different stages of their growth. There are primary follicles, and then we have got the secondary follicles, and then we have got the tertiary follicles or the Graafian follicle, which is the mature follicle. So you will see in the cortex of the ovary all the stages of the growth of the follicles under the influence of the pituitary gonadotrophic hormone. So you will find the antral follicle having the cavity, and if we see on one side of the ovary there is a bulge and there is a Graafian follicle, which is going to be mature follicle, and a single follicle will become the mature follicle. And in the mature follicle you can see the oocyte, which is surrounded by a heap. It is attached with the wall of the cavity with the heap of cells called the cumulus oophorus, and it is surrounded by the corona radiata, and there is a crescent like cavity, which is the antrum. So this is the tertiary follicle or the Graafian follicle. You can see the Graafian follicle. This is the antral follicle, and there are also you can see the atretic follicles. That is there may be the corpus luteum. Now this is the fallopian tube, and this is the lumen of the fallopian tube, and these are the folded mucosal linings, and you can see the simple columnar epithelium. Simple columnar epithelium has got the cilia also, and then we have got the lamina propria. This is the mucosa. Then there is inner circular muscle and outer longitudinal, so muscularis externa. There is no submucosa in the case of the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube has got three layers. The innermost is the mucous membrane, the middle is the smooth muscle layer, and outermost is the serous coat, because this is covered by the serosa. Uterus has got the three layers: the endometrium, the myometrium, and the perimetrium. Endometrium is nothing, this is actually the mucous membrane, and it contains these simple tubular branched glands. You can see the epithelium, which is again, this is simple columnar epithelium, and it dips down, invaginates into the deeper tissue in the form of this simple tubular branched. These are the simple tubular glands. This is the simple tubular glands. So we have got the uterine glands and the arteries, the coiled arteries in the endometrium. This is actually the endometrium has got two zones, the zona functionalis and zona basale. And zona functionalis is the portion of the endometrium which is sloughed off during each menstrual period under the influence of the hormones. So this is actually the diagram which will show you the uterus. You will identify the uterus by the presence of the simple columnar epithelium, and this is the lamina propria, and these are the glands inside. So this is the mucosa or endometrium. Then is the myometrium. Myometrium is the thickest portion in the case of the smooth muscles. The longest smooth muscles in the body are actually present in the pregnant uterus. There is hyperplasia and hypertrophy of the smooth muscles during pregnancy, and you will see there are three layers: the inner circular, middle longitudinal, and outer circular layer of the smooth muscles. And then you will find the serosa or adventitia. This is the slide of the vagina, and you can see the vagina is a fibromuscular passage, and it is starting from the cervix of the uterus to the vestibule. It consists of the mucosa, and mucosa consists of the epithelium. It is just like the esophagus. There is stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. This is the basal side, this is the superficial side, this is the lumen of the vagina, and this whole the thickened portion towards the lumen is actually this is the epithelium. Epithelium is stratified squamous non-keratinized, resting on the dense connective tissue which is thrown into papillae. You can see these are the papillae. There are no glands in the lamina propria. Then we have got the muscularis, which is the smooth muscle layer, and in the smooth muscle layer we have got the inner circular and longitudinal fibers